Okay, section 6.3 is all about proving that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So we've done a lot of properties of parallelograms, and we're going to use those properties to prove that any given quadrilateral is in fact a parallelogram. It's going to be a lot of theorems. We're going to write them down, and then I'll show you how to use them. There's really not much to this, so no worries. Theorem 6.8. If both pairs of opposite sides of a quadrilateral are congruent, then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So in a proof, if you're told that AB is congruent to CD and that AD is congruent to BC, if both pairs of opposite sides of a quadrilateral, we can now say, so if this is the given, we can then prove by the givens that parallelogram, well, that ABCD is a parallelogram. So it's really simple stuff here. Theorem 6.9. If an angle of a quadrilateral is supplementary to both of its consecutive angles, then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So if this is 70 and this is 110, so those two are supplementary, and that's 70 and that's 110, so that those two are supplementary and those two are supplementary, it is a quadrilateral. If both pairs of opposite angles are congruent, then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So if this is 75 and this is 75, opposite angles are congruent, and then if this one is 105 and this one is 105, opposite pairs congruent, that's a parallelogram. If the diagonals bisect each other, that's a parallelogram. If one pair of opposite sides is both congruent and parallel, so one pair, don't even have to do both. If this pair is congruent, if AB is congruent to CD and AB is parallel to CD, then it is a parallelogram. So we're going to use it by doing problems like this. For what values of x and y must ABCD be a parallelogram? So in other words, to prove that ABCD is a parallelogram, what do x have to equal? What does x have to equal? And I shouldn't have said x and y. So if this is a parallelogram, this has to be bisected. Therefore 4x minus 5 has to equal 3x. X has to equal 5. So it's just as simple as this. Copy down the theorems so that you'll have them. We're not going to do formal proofs. We're just going to do the algebra, and that's it.